Yeah, my name's Joe. I grew up in the countryside, so I've been exposed to absolutely fuck all. Um, apart from fresh air and the idea there was something better over that hill. And for me, it turns out it's just asthma and a job at Greg's. I used to live in a small town that was just populated by hippies and acid. Acid and hippies, that's all it was, unless you did acid. And then there were wizards. But there was like no culture, and I needed it in my life. So I thought, do an ancestry test, 5-10% Italian, that'd be great. I'll be happy with that. I didn't do it because I was worried it was going to come back inbred. Because I have been described as like a really healthy-looking golem. Thanks for confirming it. Now, someone the other day described me as a lookalike of Willem Dafoe, which is, flattering. He's famous, but he is a man who looks like he has stolen somebody else's skin. But no, I'm not that healthy. That's why it hurts, A couple of years back, I just ate Cocoa Pops, for a whole year. I predicted to die at 20. I'm 14, I'm pretty dyslexic. Anyone else? Yeah, idiots. No. The only good thing about being dyslexic is if you're murdered, no one can forge a suicide note. Not unless they know you really well, and then all they'll have to do is draw a stick man and a speech bubble that says bye-bye. My mum would just probably find and go, I always knew he'll be an artist, and well, now he's dead, he truly is. This is going on the fridge. But another perk is, you can't read anyone's shitty status, you're not, reading the paper, there's no propaganda going in, immune to all words, essentially. People often ask me, Joe, what's the word on the street? Not a clue. No fucking idea. But yeah, my parents were hippies. They're not to be trusted. Hippies are people who have had enough of society, so they have just given themselves the option to blame all their problems on the moon. My family, they like the environment, they like trees, they hug trees, Most kids, when they're younger, they'll be upset with their siblings getting more attention. You show me a 1,000-year-old pine cone tree, and I'll show you the face of trauma. I used to live in a caravan. Why? Because organic foods, it costs more than a house. But we found creative ways on how to save money. I did a course on roadkill, and it worked for a while, and then we just had to keep fixing the bonnet of the car. So, but this has repercussions at your social groups at school. What was I saying? Oh yeah, well, basically we didn't have a lot of stuff in my house, so I had to use my imagination to the best that I could, and that's why I wasn't bullied, because none of my friends were real. But I remember I sat down, we're having lunch, and my friend gets out a penguin bar, and he says a joke on it that scarred me for life. It was, how does a penguin build a house out of Lego? He glues it on. He glues it on. And I was like, what the fuck is Lego, Everyone had it. Everyone had the Lego. The problem is, living in a caravan as I got older was, bringing a date back, because it was on a farm, and past 8 o'clock, it looked like the film set for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And to keep the place warm, we used real fire. And when my date was like, hey, I'm cold, can you put the heating on? Oh, I go, oh, okay. And I would leave, and then I would return with an axe. It becomes really difficult to convince them to stay, why go? Come on, stay, the fun's just beginning! And then chasing them down a dark lane, shouting it's badger for tea. It does not have the same romantic effect as, chasing someone at an airport. It's not Ross and Rachel, it's very much Freddie and Jason. I think it's quite difficult. I find it difficult now to relating with girls, because some women are into danger. It's confusing, right? There was this girl I liked. She was like, yeah, I'm really into serial killer podcasts. They're hot. I was like, okay, I guess someone's gonna die. But she's still